Yeah.
Okay, we're live now.
Nice. So yeah. So this is a box. So after the movies came out, they did a whole line of stuff that was never in the movies but was in the books. And so like these guys are some knights. They're called like Knights of Dol Amroth or something like that. And they're like this whole other army, and these are the Rangers of the North. These are the guys that Aragon comes from. So these guys showed up at the Battle of Pelennor Fields to help defend Minas Tirith. And so there's a whole line of stuff. And so I got a huge box of that. I did a couple of videos last night, and they're pretty sweet looking. They've got some pretty wild helmets. They kind of look like Thor's helmets in a
Yeah, it
little way,
does.
but
Yeah.
I dig it though. It's got like a weird aesthetic, but it has this whole lore because it's not in the movie, so you got to go to the books for it. And it was just neat because in the books, Aragon had all his old friends show up to help him, in the last battle. So that was neat. Stuff like that is
Oh, that would
cool.
have been cool to see, man.
Yeah, and I go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I understand why they didn't have it in there, but it would be cool to do whole movies dedicated to small sections like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like there was a lot. So because I never read the books.
Hmm.
The only thing I ever read was The Hobbit, right? Because it was made for kids, so I read that as a kid. So I was, I knew about Lord of the Rings. Everybody fucking knows about Lord of the Rings, right? And
Yeah.
and I'd watched the original animated movie from back in the day or whatever. But like it wasn't until I saw the movies and stuff, obviously that's where I got mostly into it. But it seems like there's a lot of it, and I know he wrote, with like the Silmarillion and some other stuff. And I know they're doing that new movie, The Search for Gollum, and
Hunting for Gollum. Yeah.
yeah, it really is one of those things. Like, I know they did the Hobbit trilogy, but this could be. I mean, the way he wrote everything, like, it could totally be a franchise as big as Marvel or Star Wars or anything else.
Yep.
If you put some time and effort into it, because I mean, from talking to people like you, and I love to get on like Wikipedia and read Wikipedia articles and shit, about
Yeah,
shit,
I do.
just learn stuff,
It's
and
some of my favorite
or,
stuff
or
is
the
to do
or
that.
the fan wiki pages and stuff. And like, dude, there was like the best thing that Tolkien did was, I mean, like, what he was best at was creating a universe like
World
that.
building. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
like,
he's arguably better at world building than storytelling,
yeah,
but
which is,
it's
I mean,
kind of
he's
cool
very
in the mix.
similar in
Yeah.
that way to like George Lucas, right?
Yeah.
Like George Lucas was great at world building, but when it comes to like writing and directing and shit, you're like, man.
Yeah, like there's you build the story and then let Irving go in there and do Empire Strikes Back, which was, arguably the best Star Wars ever.
Yeah,
Um so I agree with you. I would like to have seen a larger universe. I don't think we might not get that, but there's it's like I watched every single YouTube video that a guy had made, and these were hour-long videos, like hours of video from the backstory of The Last of Us. So like he would do an hour or 2 hour deep dive in Fedra, how the US government fell, how it all went down. And that's just a video game, dude. I loved
yeah.
it.
There's yeah, there's a lot of good shit out there, which is why it pisses me off when we get the whole like, oh, let's just redo the same thing over and over again, or just
Yeah.
fuck up franchises. It's like, dude, there's so much out there. And you would think after like what Hollywood discovered with fucking Marvel and comic books in general and shit, of like, oh my god, look at all this lore and history and characters, that they would, like, I don't know, figure that shit out
Yep.
and like go, oh, we should dig into some other stuff. And I mean, I know they've tried. Um, like with Isaac Asimov. Have you watched Foundation
No,
at
I've heard
all?
of it. No.
So it is definitely different than the books, no doubt about that. There are definitely things they have changed, and hardcore Asimov fans kind of get pissy about it, and I completely get it. But it's still like a really good show, and I think a lot of the stuff that they've done in it has worked really well for a television series, even though they've made changes. But the point is, like, what they're doing with that is like taking this thing that has great world building. Because again, Isaac Asimov, very similar to Tolkien, great at world building, not the best writer, honestly, which is why stuff like that works really well when you adapt it, because you can take people who know how to tell a story, but they've got a really, really good basis and world to build off of, you
Yeah.
know. And it's what what's his face did with Lord of the Rings, right? Like
Yeah. Peter
he's a
Jackson.
great fucking storyteller,
Yeah.
and he was able to take this thing that, you know, fucking had a wonderful, beautiful, rich like history and world that had been built up for it,
Mm-hmm.
and adapt it and like make some cool shit. Well, The Hobbit maybe not so much. Although I've grown to like The Hobbit a lot
I have.
over the years. I still think it should have only been 2 movies. I will die on that hill, but I've 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 come a long way on it. When I first saw it, when it first came out, I was like, ugh, and I don't know why, but
It was
Honda's
hard. No.
responsible for that, by the way. He's the one that forced me a few years ago to like, dude, rewatch it. It's really good. And while I
Yeah.
don't like it as much as him, I'm like, okay, yeah, I do enjoy it. The third movie's great. The third movie is probably in my top 3 of the 6 Lord of the Rings movies.
Oh, really?
Like it's number 3 after Return of the King and Two Towers. I would say the third Hobbit movie is my third favorite.
Okay.
I like it better than Fellowship.
Oh, see, Fellowship's up there for me, but that's just. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. It's hard because it's they're all, to me, they're all equally great. Like I put them on, honestly, every single Lord of the Rings is equally great to me. I like them for different reasons. I would agree with you on the Hobbit. It suffers because it relies so much on CGI.
Yeah.
That's my biggest complaint. And Lord of the Rings does practical effects.
Which
So
makes
that,
such a huge difference. And I wish, now, I mean, I guess I'm sure Hollywood's aware of this, but it's all about like money. You know what I mean?
yeah, but that'll only go so far. I hope they learn with The Hunt for Gollum. And they're like, okay,
Yeah.
there's got to be a medium where we're still doing a ton of practical, and we got to build sets, and we got to have people, and we can't have just, endless CGI. It's got to be emotional. It's got to be, so I'm hoping that they've learned. But also, this is going to be a much smaller story.
Yeah.
You know.
Which I fucking love, dude. Like that's
Yeah.
what you should be doing with stuff like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for instance, I mean, one of my favorite fucking movies ever, fucking Rogue One. Love that movie.
Oh yeah.
And that was just taking this one thing. Granted, I mean, it was very important to at least the beginning of the Star Wars story we grew up with, but they just took this one thing that happened and just like really did a good deep dive character focus thing on it, and it was fucking awesome you know and
Arguably, like, with all respect given, if I'm gonna watch a Star Wars movie now, I'm gonna want to watch that. Like
oh,
I love that.
100%, dude.
I love that movie.
Yeah, 100%. I've said this many times. Like I go back and forth as to whether or not Rogue One or Empire Strikes Back is my favorite. Like I kind of just bounce back and forth. It really just depends on my mood. Because I love that movie. It's just so wonderfully, so beautifully fucking done. So yeah, it's great, dude. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, and I mean, we're I guess I'm bitching about it because Hollywood's fucked up so many franchises lately. I know they try. I know there are writers and directors that try to do good stuff and try to, you know, take good worlds and stories people love that were well done and try to make something good out of it. It doesn't always work, but you can usually tell when they've tried. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, for instance, one that drove me crazy because it was obvious they didn't even fucking try, and I'm making no comment on the individual who created this world, but uh, I love Stephen King's Dark Tower series.
Oh,
Long
I've
before
never
I
read
knew
it.
what kind of person
You
he
told me.
was, I read
Yeah.
those books and I had been a fan of Stephen King for a really long time. And I think he's a great writer. He's a piece of shit human being, but I think he's a great writer.
Yeah. You can't take that away. Yeah.
Yeah. And when they did that Dark Tower movie, I was excited, and it wasn't advertised as like, okay, is this, I just assumed you're going to do one movie. Oh, this is the beginning of a series. Oh no, they tried to fucking shove about 18 books worth of shit in one movie. Like that's not an exaggeration. If you know anything about the Dark Tower series, it's the actual Dark Tower series is 7 books, but there's about 10 to 15 other books that Stephen King wrote that directly tie to the Dark Tower series. And they tried to shove all that shit in one fucking hour and 45-minute movie. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm.
That was just showing no respect to the material or the fans at all. Like you're just okay, you're just trying to fucking make a buck or something. I don't know. I don't know how you thought you could adapt that much fucking material into one goddamn movie. Like that's just ridiculous. But when they try, I mean, give props, even if it's not done well. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like I was talking about with like Foundation, right? Like I feel like they are really, really trying. A lot of fans don't like the changes they've made. I understand that, but they're changes that work for the show, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
And the show is, I think, good. I enjoy it. Like I think they've done well. So I'd like to see more of that done with Lord of the Rings because I think it's there's been rumors of people trying to adapt the Silmarillion for fucking about 20 years now. I don't know if that's possible. I've never read it. You have, right?
I have it. It's a lot. I don't know if that's the route to go. I don't know if we should be looking at like smaller stories, um, things around it. I think there's a lot of opportunity to just live in the world. And you could do something as small as, I mean, give us a movie about the Battle of Moria. Like,
Yeah.
because after The Hobbit and everybody's got their kind of wealth, Balin takes a whole team and takes back the mines of Moria from the goblins and like goes on this whole big fight. Like, that would be awesome. Give me a movie about that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Give
Yeah.
me a small scale. I would love to see Balin, you know, go to Moria and fighting all those goblins, uh, goblin orcs. But either way, but that's what I want to see. That would be super cool to go see all that. So
Now, since you know way more about Lord of the Rings than I do, the different like because I know, and I have certainly done this. Um, for a long time in Lord of the Rings lore, I did not know the difference between goblins and orcs. but but you correct me if I'm wrong. Goblins are like a thing that's been around for a long time, and they're, you know, from the Hobbit and all that stuff. Orcs are like fucking created, right? Like they're not just like a natural species, right? They're created by like Sauron and magic
Morgoth,
and
yeah, Morgoth. So like,
okay.
so there's so goblins and goblin orcs are the same thing. So what you saw in the Mines of Moria, the
Hmm.
they're smaller green guys that really have a hard time in light, and those are like they're called goblins or goblin orcs, is what Tolkien refers to them as, and they're pretty small, and they're pretty weak, and they're not super great fighters. That's why, like, everybody was taking out 10, 20 of them, no problem. Then there are orcs, which are made from they're a derivative of elves that are tortured. And then there's urukai. So orcs are like about as strong as a man, maybe a little stronger, a little weaker, depending on. And then there's urukai, and those are the big dudes that are bred and made by Saruman. And Saruman made the urukai, and there are urukai that were made for Isengard, and then there are urukai that were made for Mordor, which is the White Wizard versus the guy in all metal.
Okay.
So that's the kind of mainstay of them, but and urukai are like real strong. That's who you saw attack Helm's Deep.
Yeah, because I remember, you know, 'cause I can't remember. It was probably, I guess, it was when The Hobbit came out, and I forget who I was talking to, but I was talking to a friend of mine who knew a lot about Lord of the Rings, and I can't remember what I said. I asked him something that portrayed the idea that I thought the goblins from The Hobbit were the same thing as the orcs from the Lord of the Rings movies. And this dude, super Lord of the Rings nerd, got so fucking pissed that I thought they were the same thing. And I was like,
Uh,
oh,
I mean, he refers to them as goblin orcs, and so I think the goblins are a weaker breed. Like what we saw in The Hobbit, they should have been green. Those white, gangly creatures were gross and weird looking. They should have been like green, like the ones in the Lord of the Rings. They're the same derivative. So, goblin orcs are commonly referred to by the same in the same way in a lot. So, I don't
yeah.
really get the frustration and um
Yeah, I don't remember. Like I said, I will always remember him getting. I don't even remember what I said, to be honest. He just got like super nerd upset, you know. I
yeah, I
was
get it.
like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I thought it was the same thing. Um, but it was funny. It was
Yeah.
funny. Ah. By the way, for anybody out there that likes customizing, hot glue is a fantastic tool.
Oh yeah.
Love hot glue. Use it for all kinds of stuff. I'm using it to fill in these. So I got this like Punisher head, this 3D printed Punisher head that I just painted, but it comes with
Nice.
a giant fucking hole in the head. So you got to fill it in with something so that it fits on the peg, so you can pop his head on and off. And I used to like try and fucking fill it with like epoxy or something that would harden, or you know what I mean, like all kinds of stuff. And then one day I was like, let me just fill it with hot glue and see what happens. And dude, it works so great. You just fill the hole with hot glue, and then you just go back and drill a little hole in the hot glue, and if you mess up, dude, you can just pull the hot glue out. You can
Right.
reheat it up and take it right back out if you fuck up.
Very
Shit works
forgiving.
great. Yeah.
Oh, here, check out my bell rog I started. I've been
Oh, let
doing
me
the
see.
flame.
Oh, dude.
So I got some white still. I'm working on the cracks, but I got his sword, cooking on that, and working on the flame. So I'm pretty happy. Look, a yellow, orange, and then red kind of sequence on that. So
I'm
yeah.
so inconsistent with flame.
Oh
Like
yeah.
It's like I try it different ways, and sometimes I like the way it comes out, and sometimes I don't. The way I think I found that I like the best end result is I start with the lighter colors and go darker in the layers
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
me. So I start with like the yellow, and then I'll come back after that, and maybe dry brush on some orange or hit the high points of the sculpt with orange, and then do like tips and things of the flame with like the if I'm going to go darker and go like maybe I'll go from like yellow to orange to red, I'll do just a hint of red. Because I used to start with the darker colors and then move lighter as I was doing the flames, and I was like, it looked okay, but there was just something about it. I don't know, because you look at a flame and like the further away from the fire, the lighter it gets. The
Yes.
further up the flame. So I was like, okay, well, I'll start with the darker colors and go lighter. But I don't like the way that looks when I actually paint it on like, any of my figures, Ghost Rider, or what I did a Johnny Storm and stuff like that. So I find it like for some reason, I don't know. How did you paint that one? Like how did you
So I'm using Army Painter speed paints. And so you can't, the way you're talking about is more acrylic, and you're talking about traditional paints where you're drawing that color up, and then you're flowing, with shading and bringing it in. You
Yeah.
just can't do that with speed paints. So with
Okay.
speed paints, you've really just got to fill in where you're going. It's like coloring. You know what I mean? Because you worked with them over
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
so you got an understanding. Like so, like I
Still got my
I was
guys on the
yeah, I
shelf.
was yeah, sweet. I was concerned how a flame, because I'm used to doing like just exactly what you were talking about. So I don't know exactly how it was going to turn out, but I was happy with the results. With that being said, have you seen the new Army Painter brush pens?
Army pen first. No,
So there are these pens. So it's speed paints, and the brush, it looks like a big paintbrush, but it's fat and thick, about the size of a marker,
Oh wait, are
and
you
it
talking
has
about
a
the ones that
brush.
basically like airbrush?
No, it's
Oh,
a
okay, sorry.
it's like a it's like a pen, a shaking pen. You pull the top off, and it has a paintbrush. But the speed paint
It's just like
is
all in there.
is all in there, and it looks like crap. I can't believe that they released these, and there's people actually making videos, and they show a space marine. And these are like really good painters. Like I've watched. Okay, it'll be a channel I watch, and I'm like, okay, this guy's a good painter, and he'll do a Space Marine, and he's like, I got it all done, and I'm like, oh, it's like a 2-year-old did it, and they it just doesn't flow right, man. You have to have the right amount of paint on your brush, and you can't control it when it's flowing out like that, and they just look like complete garbage. I don't know if the technology's not there, or it's a rough concept, but a lot of this is brush control, and it's
Yeah.
figuring out how to, like, where to put your brush strokes and how much paint to have on your brush. And this guy's like literally trying to sell these, and I'm like, these look horrible. Like, why would you that like your Space Marine looks uneven, and I mean, everybody's Space Marine the first time they do it looks like trash, but when you shouldn't be selling a product where it makes you look horrible. But yeah, they're like Army Painter paint pens or something like that. They're just garbage, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen those. The ones I've seen is there's a I mean, it may, I don't know, it may be several companies, but they started selling these airbrush pens that you just buy the little piece, the little handle, and then you buy the airbrush pen and it's pre-filled and you don't do anything with it and you just plug it in to the handle and you just airbrush with it. And then when it's empty, you throw the whole thing away, which I haven't gotten into airbrushing. I
I
keep
want
thinking
to. I
I
almost
I, I
bought
do
one.
too. I really want to. I haven't yet. because I, you know, that's like everything. You know, you kind of slow to get into it when you're used to doing things a certain way. And I'm like, how do I? Yeah, but people have been telling me because one of my issues was like, well, I don't want to spend that much money to get into something and then like find out I'm not good at it or I don't like it or whatever else. But people have been telling me like, no, there's some good airbrush kits you can buy, like starter kits that actually work really, really good that aren't
Yeah.
that expensive. But you know, for
Yeah.
like $50 or something, you can like get a setup and get a feel for it and uh, you know, kind of build from there. So I do wanna get into it because I think there's definitely some things that I could do that either I can't do now or that I can do now, but it would make it a lot easier with an airbrush.
I agree. I've more. I The only concern that I would have is that I've really bought into the speed paints. So like all my paints right here is all speed paint, and you can for different techniques and like flat blacks. I still use traditional paint because speed paint black just looks gray, which is fine because sometimes you need that, but it doesn't give its density. So, anyways, I my only concern would be I would have to switch back. But with a airbrush, you're doing a lot of certain techniques. So you're doing like, which I would like. There's for Space Marines like this guy's sword. I'll show you this. I painted this guy. This is I'm real happy with this guy right here. He's stepping on a Tyranid's head and crushing it. Now,
Nice.
like I've seen guys that make this sword. I have this sword that's just traditionally, steel or whatever. It's metal. Um, but I've seen guys that'll like airbrush this like a really light blue to make it look like it's glowing power sword, and it looks just sick. So there's techniques you can do. I obviously with like flames, there would be cool stuff. I think it'd be really good for like the stuff I do because I just do like I got 100 guys on the board right now. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna paint all
Yeah.
these. I think for army building when you're doing dry brushing and things like that, probably be a huge step for stuff like that for the airbrush.
Yeah, I want to kind of get into it. It's one of those things I've been wanting to get.
We got to go to Riders together one day after work. So if
Oh
we
yeah.
should just go over there one day because they sell stuff like that. And I was talking to the guy um, and asked him about it because I almost bought that airbrush a couple weeks ago. Um, but that they got all and they've got all kinds of stuff there from like Warhammer to model kits to action figure kits, all kinds of stuff. So it actually be worth to go out and check it out together.
And that is that. You told me where that is. I freaking forgot.
Right by my parents.
Oh, okay.
So right down the street. So not even that far. Um, so yeah.
Airbrush is beautiful finish. Just the only like with airbrush, it's the cleanup every time you use it.
Yeah. Let's suspect that.
It's like take you got no, basically got to take the thing apart every time you use it. Take it apart, clean every bit of it, put it put it back together, and it takes a while to make sure everything's clean, running through the cleaning solutions and all that, and Q-tips and scrubbers, the four clean air brushes. But the finish is gorgeous, though. I'm not going to deny that. And if you got a lot of paint, especially the with lighter colors, I'm sure you experience it too. So like when you go in dark, painting something dark with a lighter color, how many coats it takes.
Oh yeah.
The airbrush takes a lot of that out. One coat will cover it a lot easier.
Well, and I've always wanted to do like an army of Imperial fists, which are
Hmm.
yellow Space Marines.
Oh, you airbrush
Yellow is
definitely for that.
Yeah, yellow is so hard to like traditionally paint. So an airbrush, I did a stack of five of
Absolutely.
them, and I would like to do a larger one because that yellow just looks so cool, and it reminds me of the exoskeleton from Aliens 2. So when she's
Hmm.
fighting them, I just love that stuff.
I restored a my brother's childhood Shogun Warrior rating, and I used airbrush on it, and I was able. It's got yellow on the head, and it turned out beautiful. Like how smooth the paint goes, and how easy it covers with compared to brushing yellow.
Oh yeah, and that's how you can really do an army fast. You
Hmm.
airbrush a bunch of Space Marines red, and then you take your black paint and you do like the pads and the under areas and the soft armor and the gun. Then your dry brush, you're almost done. You know what I mean? It wouldn't even be that
Yeah.
long of a process. Uh, but what do you use for bone?
Bone. It really depends on the look what I'm going for. It's like a Pro Acryl's got some really nice colors. Uh, the you got like your like a heavy warm white is very much like a bone color,
Yeah.
and you got what is it? Uh, te- and if I want a more ivory look, I do like the what I used to do was testers with like wood. It's called wood, like light wood.
Yeah.
You can't get that anymore, unfortunately. But that was great for like a tint of ivory.
Yep.
Oh, here Pro Acryl's got an ivory color right here.
Have you ever used speed paints?
I have not.
You should try it sometime if you ever get a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Matt used it when we came over. We were painting together. It's neat and there's a ton of value there. You just got to know how to use it.
I'm always looking for new paints because testers was my go-to for years. And we can't get it, of course. Can't get it anymore.
Yeah.
The Model Masters.
Yeah, the speed paint that we used when we were doing those Warhammer figures, like it definitely there's a learning curve for me from using these types of paints, which are what would you call these? Because these aren't acrylic, these aren't enamel. What is the Mr. Color? What's it considered? No,
Lacquer.
lacquer. Yeah. So there's definitely a learning curve.
Yeah. There was a learning curve going for the lacquers. Straight out of the bottle, yeah, it'll cover, but it'll be splotchy. You got to thin it down.
Yeah. But the speed paints were freaking cool, man. The way they worked and stuff, like but it's a whole different. Like you have to get used to how they work compared to this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And it's like coloring, right? Like filling. It's
yeah,
like filling. It's like paint by numbers
yeah,
in a weird way, but it's cool. And but it's still like skilled. I mean, you can't just slop it on there. Too little and it's you got to do it right the first time because if you don't, you got to just spray paint over because if there's some technical but I think it's good for new players or new painters who's getting into the hobby because it can really, in my opinion, it really cheats the system. So it makes someone that's traditional paints could get very frustrating. You could glob it on too much and your figure looks terrible. Where I think speed paints make like even a very new player could be very happy with their outcome.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's similar to what we were talking about, like with the Mr. Hobby lacquers. You have to thin it down, or just too globby. It's too thick. Um, some people were like some other customers I had on the show before. They were surprised, like I'm brushing right out with the Mr. Colors. Like, just put the thinner in the paint and just thin it down.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's what I do. I just put the thinner in the bottle.
Exactly, and it just makes it where you can brush it, and it looks good. It's so quiet. We had no background music.
Oh yeah, I don't have any background music on there. I forgot. But
I am excited about
I can hear my own thoughts. Stop it.
3D printing. 3D printing I want to get into. I did see someone had 3D printed some orc boats, kind of like some transports that they had used. Remember when they attacked Asciliath? They were in those like Higgins boats. Somebody made
Oh
some
yeah.
Mark Higgins boats, and I really want to get some because they look super cool, and they look like they just fit perfectly in like what an orc would make from Lord of the Rings. You know, it's all disheveled, it's put together, it's scrap metal and scrap wood. I just love that aesthetic. That very pleasing when it comes to stuff like that.
Can I just say my favorite thing to paint with, the thing that I enjoy the most when I'm doing a custom is when I get to use metallic silver. I love this stuff. If I really really enjoy doing figures that require that like have armor or something on them
Mm-hmm.
because the metallic silver paint is awesome.
Yep.
And like little bits go such a long way.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Your brush can be nearly dry, and it just looks so good. When you
well, and
go.
like just simple stuff. Like, so with this right here, right? Like this thing that I painted,
Uh-huh.
I did it in all black and then did the skull on the front and then sat here and just little bits of silver. Like that's it. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like you don't have to do much.
Picking out all the
Just
buttons and stuff,
yeah,
and
just the little rivets and the buttons and latches and things, and it makes it pop so much
oh yeah,
with that silver that it fucking makes shit stand out really really well.
it adds so much to a figure when you add that kind of detailing, and it just looks.
Yeah, I like it, man. I love painting with silver.
Oh, I would agree with you. I Some of my favorite stuff to paint. Sometimes you get a little frustrated, and like I just switched over to before I got to this set. I moved to 40K just because it's kind of you get tired of painting orcs and like guys with swords and shields, and it's kind of fun to paint aliens. So
Mm-hmm.
I did I did this, got a bunch of Tyranids. I did this Tyranid. I was very happy because this is
Oh,
not
that's
like
cool.
anything in Lord of the Rings.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. And because but one of my favorite things to paint is Necrons because they're just Terminators. So
That,
that's
that, that's
silver.
that's our word, sir. That's our word. Let's see. Where's my big brushes? I have a mess on my workstation. I can't find anything. It's not like it's different for any other day, but there you are. I really should clean this thing off. Might be easier to work.
My workstation's horrible. It's so bad.
What you see on the screen, that's all I have able to work right now.
Yeah, I had an old Risk board that I it's the Risk 2010 or something like that. So I just wanted to use it as a painting board. I was gonna get rid of it anyways. I got 30 versions of Risk.
I just literally sit here in front of my. This is why I have this piece down in front of my computer so I can do this stuff.
Yep.
Most of their chat boards you stare down painting.
Yeah, no shit. Well, I've been doing a lot of customs lately.
Oh, it's fun.
Been doing more customs than going out and actually like buying new stuff. So
Well,
Hell, it
now it
is.
makes it better because it's you. You made it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's like half the fun.
Not to mention too, they keep raising the damn price on everything.
oh shit.
We're at, right at almost $30 for standard Marvel Legends now.
Which is retarded.
Yeah, I remember like I hate it when the Hasbro first did their $15 legends. Like they went from $10 to $15, a big jump. That was the Red Hulk wave from Target. I was like, they're out of their damn mind. Do like a $5 price increase.
Now $15 later.
Yep.
Makes it sad. I think it just detracts because that means there's no kids buying them for actual toys.
Oh, absolutely. There's
And I don't-
nobody.
Yeah,
Nobody's
I don't
going to buy
disparage.
$30 figures for kids to play in the mud.
I don't disparage, you know, the enjoyment of it. I just think it's a sign of the times because it's not what kids play with.
I mean, I feel, I don't know, like my son, like, still was, you know, had Transformers and stuff like that, but like my younger kids, like that's just not something they've ever really experienced. You know what I mean? Like what we did as kids with like the excitement of an actual like toy or action figure or something like that, because since they've been old enough, it's just electronics, you know, it's tablets and phones and I get it. I mean, you know, if we had been born nowadays, we'd fucking do the same thing. So,
well, I think my youngest nephew's come about the same age as your Otis. And the same way, he loved toys. He played with. I just remember him just having just sheer enjoyment. So I made him a Deadpool figure one time. Like he was wanting a Deadpool, they didn't make them. I made him a Deadpool, and he loved the thing. And he'd play on the couch and interact and make little stories in his head. And it was great to see them do that. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Nope.
And it just kind of sucks because, like, it sucks because I remember how much I loved it as a kid with Star Wars and G.I. Joe and all this stuff. And I'm like, man, I kind of feel they're like, I feel like they're missing out on something that I got to experience. But I mean, they don't think they are, honestly. You know what I mean? Because they're like, oh no, we like this shit.
Of course, I think what's going to hurt more than anything is the imagination and the creativity.
Yeah.
It's if everything's digital, it's already the story and stuff is already there. You're not getting.
Although I will say, with stuff like Minecraft and Roblox, there is still some of that, which is cool. You know.
Roblox, you have the added benefit of having to dodge pedophiles 24/7.
That's true. You do.
Yeah.
That's fun.
But so there is still some aspects of that, I guess, but it just doesn't feel like it's the same.
No. What was your favorite toy store to go to as a kid?
Oh man. Well, I mean, Toys R Us was always a go-to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know in Dallas we had this one called Children's Palace. And I liked that one the best because I don't know. That first of all, they had everything that Toys R Us had, and it was a huge place. And I don't know if anybody else had a Children's Palace. I think they went by a couple different names depending on where they were in the country. But and like, so it had everything that Toys R Us had, but like the front of the store was a giant fucking castle, which I just, as a kid, thought was the coolest fucking thing ever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And it just looked like you were walking into some, you know, I don't know, medieval fucking whatever. And it was cool, man. That was always my favorite one as a kid. I mean, you know, Toys R Us was always awesome, but
when I was little, the local store, small town I grew up in, we had two places where you can get toys. It was the Ben Franklin store, like dollar, like the old market stores they used to have everywhere. The bottom floor is where they had like toys and like pet stuff, like fish and rabbits and stuff.
Yeah.
But they had a little section down there for toys for model cars, and that's where I got my first Transformers. Is the Ben Franklin. Then we had Magic Mart. But on a special treat on Christmas time, we go drive like 2 hours away to like to Bristol, Tennessee, there's a Hills, and Hills is where the advertisements. Hills where the toys are. Plus, who here when they were little didn't stare at the Sears wish book going through that stuff?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. We had, and I don't know if y'all guys had this. They had them all over the country, but we had not too far from me, like probably less than a 10-minute drive from my house. We had one of the Sears outlet stores. Growing up in Dallas. And so it was, you know, stuff that didn't sell, stuff that got pulled off the shelf, returns, shit like that, you know? And I remember, because, you know, grew up poor, that's where my mom would take me a lot of times to get shit because everything was cheaper there. And a lot of times packages were, you know, opened up or whatever, you know, it wasn't nothing, you know, you never ripped up fucking, but I didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this fucking Luke Skywalker package is ripped open and taped back closed or whatever the hell it was. Like, I don't care.
You mean as a child you weren't thinking this is going to be worthless? It doesn't have the package.
Exactly.
I just remember too, like one thing, we didn't have a Sears growing up, but there was a Sears. I don't know what you call it. It's like where you go there. It was just you go there to place orders. That's before online orders. You go there and place an order. That's how I got my Fortress Maximus and Scorponok for Christmas. I got the Honor Roll 6 weeks in a row, and my mom. We went to Sears, like order store, and placed the order there.
I liked KB Toys because I was a kid that I liked everything that was probably more Matt's generation. So I never got the original G.I. Joes or even the second wave. I was the 90s G.I. Joes. So I always wanted older stuff. So the thing with KB Toys, it seemed like, you know, like I missed even like the RoboCop wave of toys in the early 90s. Because I'm talking like now I'm in like 93, 94, 95. And so like I felt like KB Toys always had old stuff that they would super discount.
Oh, that was absolutely a treat too when you go to the mall.
Because you could go get like I can remember I could get like 3 X-Men guys for the price of like 1 X-Men guy at like Walmart. You know what I mean? It would be like $1.99 or something like that. Instead of
That was kind of like
$4.99.
that was kind of the treat to going to the malls. Like I'd go shopping with my mom, and like we walked all the different stores and the clothing stores, the bookstores, and all that stuff. If you're good, you get to go to KB.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, and I remember they had the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves action figures. I was so excited about that.
So I was a little
You
bit
think
later. Go ahead.
What was your favorite? What was your big thing? What were you into?
So, hey, we were not very well off financially, and also it was later. It was probably 98 or 99. Walmart had an 88-cent aisle. You could go and get like knockoff O-ring G.I. Joes and stuff like that for less than $1. That was my frequent place. I had a whole bunch of knockoff Joes. I don't remember what they were called. It's kind of like Action Force or Adventure
It was
Force.
probably the Leonard, the core.
It
That
could have been.
That's the biggest GI Joe. Like they still sell those at Walmart.
It's entirely put.
What was
G.I.
ours,
Joes?
Matt? What was the one in the 90s? It was called like something Core.
Yeah, the core. And it was by a
Core,
company
right?
called Leonard. And they have actually a huge following of fans. There are a lot of people that collect those instead of GI Joes. And it was just a ripoff of GI Joe, but they're cool. I've got a few of them, and I just have them mixed in with my GI Joe figures because they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
And they made that's where you would get they made all the cheaper vehicles, so you could
they
get
were
their
cool.
vehicles to go with your GI Joes.
Yep.
And save some money.
Yeah, because
Who remembers, Jared? I want to know if you remember this, and I feel like, in fact, I know it was still around for at least your generation, Duke, but it was definitely me and Jared's generation, but they would keep releasing it. There was this company called Gay Toys. I shit you not. It's a real company, and they sold shit back in the 80s, mostly vehicles that were made to go with 3 3/4 inch figures, whether it was Star Wars or G.I. Joe or whatever, right? Like they made shit that you would, and you would find these, you could find them at toy stores, but they were really cheap. And mostly you could find them at like your grocery store would have a stack of them. And they just made fucking vehicles for, they didn't make action figures or actually, I think they did have action figures that went with it, and they made this thing called Laser Force with a Z. And it was, I got to pull up a picture of this and show it because I've been looking for these forever without having to pay a retarded price. But they were like the coolest things. Let me find them.
No
here.
idea.
I
what you're
loved.
talking about.
I so just loved the shit out of these when I was a kid. I had several of them, and they fit perfectly with my Star Wars and G.I. Joe. And they were awesome. And I know for a fact they were still around by the 90s. They would just keep re-releasing them. And they were these, come on, damn it. They were these sets. And like this one was real popular. This like half tank, whatever. They had a boat that they would sell. You could buy this 2-pack. So it came with the boat and the trailer. And they had, sometimes they would sell them like that. I don't know, it's a bad picture, but they had the plane, this 2-seater, one guy faced backwards, one guy faced forwards. And they sold, as time went on, they sold them, and all they would do was like change the color of the clear plastic and the color of the guns and stuff over the course of like, over like 10 years. Like it was the same like 4 or 5 vehicles or something like that, like, but they just would resell them over and over again. And you would find them at the grocery store. You would find them at like the 5 and dime stores. Like in Dallas, we had Woolworths and Emmy Moses.
Did they do bases too? I had a big base that was a knockoff.
They might have. I don't know.
Base. Yeah, I had a base that I used for my Star Wars guys that was like a half Death Star looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was super sick looking. And I remember like that's what I would, have the stormtroopers. It would be their base. And it was a knockoff base. And it was like, I think it was this brand.
It might have been, yeah. They made a bunch of stuff, but the Laser Force is what I remember the most. And loved this stuff. And I would love to have them again because they were like, there's just these kind of, off brand, whatever, G.I. Joe, Star Wars. They would fit in with basically any of your 3 3/4-inch action figure collections.
They got they got a cool like early 70s, mid 70s, like a TV show, sci-fi vibe.
Yeah. They were cool, man. I love these a lot. They were awesome.
That one's cool. It don't have the canopy on it, but I like
that. They had a tank, a boat, the car, and the plane. And they just looked cool, man. They were just really like fucking interesting, cool, and very, very affordable figures for like, a kid that wanted to collect some stuff that, couldn't afford to get all the latest and greatest, from G.I. Joe or Star Wars or whatever, but you could get that,
Yeah.
It was cool. One day I will have them again.
This stuff looks good. I always enjoyed that kind of stuff. Always thought that was neat.
Okay, give me a second. I got to go grab something that is currently drying outside on my porch that I sprayed earlier. Be right back.
Kinky.
Where do you think the industry goes then for the next 10 years? Is this a thing that dies out with our generation of enjoying toys? And or do you think it gets revitalized? Or do you think there's a drop off when people are selling their stuff later? Or do you think everything holds value?
I think there will always be a niche group, but I think it will. So it'll go the way of like anime and that sort of thing, like in Japan, where yeah, it's big, but it's not the dominating industry.
It will dwindle down to almost nothingness.
Well,
Unfortunately.
yeah, it's like there's a antique shop in my town because my town needs like three of them in our one horse town, um, and there's a whole section of it that's dedicated all to baseball toy memorabilia. You know what I mean? Where they have those baseball, players, and there's like baseball players and NASCAR toys, and I just see it. It sits there, and I'm like, who pays for space? Because no one's buying that. I just don't see that. I see that stuff all the time, trying to be sold.
I don't understand how anybody can afford like just their antique malls period anymore, because you got you got to rely on the antique mall itself to basically police your stuff. I've had friends get stuff stolen out of them. That's it up there, because they're not going to sit there and watch your spaces.
Yeah,
they can peel off price tags, do whatever they want to, and nobody ever know.
Yep,
exactly.
But
oh, Jared, check this out. So when I got this kit, so so this kit was originally made to like go on like a Mezco figure, not a Marvel Legend, and you know how their feet and shit are different than Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
So the way these shoes were made were to like fit with some kind of like the Atom body or Mezco or something like that.
Like it's got a little cup that goes in.
Yeah. So, but what I figured, I took an old pair of feet and just chopped them down and shoved them in there.
There you go.
And it worked.
Oh yeah.
It worked good. Just shoved them in there. There's a little bit of a hole for like one of the larger style peg that goes in there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I shaved the foot down to fit in that hole. And there you go. Just an idea for anybody wondering. You have to have it.
Wait.
That you're gonna you have to have an extra pair of Marvel Legends feet that you don't mind chopping up, but if you've got that, it works pretty good.
Well, that's how I did my last my last lore, but the one I did one before last. The first one I made, I gave the Cannon. I cut up the Ares boots and drilled out the peg holes and everything myself. I was like, it just hit me like, why am I doing this? I'm never going to use those Warpath feet again. I just basically chopped them up and made them like a socket, then drilled a hole into the cut the Ares boots.
Yeah,
and there's my socket.
Yep. Yeah, I was like, well, okay, so to get those feet to fit in here, I can either completely modify the ankles on this figure, or I can like fill all this in and try and re-drill the peg hole to make it fit with the Marvel Legends and do all this. I was like, Or I can just take a pair of feet that I'm not using and shove them in there. Like that's way easier than fucking doing all this dremeling and shit. I just took my X-Acto knife and shaved the feet down, leaving the peg intact until it fit in there. And hey, what do you know? So way easier.
Mm-hmm.
Way fucking easier. But
yeah, chopping up old parts and using the pegs and stuff like that, it just makes things so much easier.
oh shit, where'd Duke go? Oh,
Duke.
maybe, it might be time for his kids might be like needing attention.
Oh. Dookie Duke.
Oh.
Just when we're getting ready to play Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. He's like, wait, what? I'm back.
Shh, it's too quiet. A little ASMR while we paint here.
Okay. Where the hell did my other paintbrush go?
Have
That's
you
it.
checked your what?
I was Canon the files that the program created them was get the pictures and it made the models. It does pretty good, but they're not nowhere near perfect. It's like the Hulk heads. The nose is way too long. The back of the head's too shallow. So he actually made some corrections to the Smart Hulk head already. This is pre-fix. This is, you can see the nose is very long.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the back of the head is like kind of weird shaped. So he's actually been working on that, fixing that, and the other heads that's in them. So this is pretty, but it gives you a good close start, good working point to start from.
Yeah.
Take these, modify. If you got skill like he's got, you can go in and tweak them. It saves you hours and hours of work. Why not use something like that? I just don't get people's just irrational hatred to anything AI. It's a tool. Use it. I think they misunderstand. I do get people mislabel what they're doing with AI. Like when people call themselves like an AI artist. You're not a fucking AI artist. You're using AI for a tool to make art. There's a distinction from that.
Yeah.
It's how you phrase things really matters when it comes to art like that.
Motherfucker, I lost a paintbrush.
Did you sit on it?
I looked.
One of us. One of us.
I'm like, shit. Where the fuck did it go? I need it.
I lose stuff when it's in my hand.
What the hell did I? It was literally just sitting here.
Did you take it outside?
No, because I haven't used it in a while. I've been using this larger paintbrush for what I was doing. Now I need the smaller one again.
Is it under the table?
I just looked. I don't know what the hell I did with it. The fuck is wrong with me? What the shit? I mean, I have other ones I could use, but I don't want to use those because
It's the one you like the best.
that's the one I want to use. I don't know. I'm real fucking OCD about some shit. And so, like, I'm like, okay, these are the two brushes I'm using for silver. I don't want to use another brush for silver. I want to use those two. One small one, one larger one. Those are the ones I want to do all my silver painting with. And now I've lost one of them.
Well, I got a dozen sculpting tools, but I like this really old one that I wore the tip down on. And I just constantly use this one. I bought a brand new one just like it, but the tip's all big because it's brand new. Because I've sanded this one down I don't know how many times because I dull the tip on it. But I still love this tool.
Motherfucker. I lost some shit. Lost some shit. It's here somewhere. So I don't know where. Whatever.
You lost your shit.
I lost my damn mind. Of all the things I've loved and lost, my mind I miss the most.
What?
Where is my mind?
Who? What? I don't know what's going on.
If Leo was here, he would know what that was from.
I got my head checked by a jumbo jet.
I don't know music, so.
Well, it's not music. It's from a movie.
I have music blindness, though.
What
Actually,
sort of man?
I think it is from a song, but I know it because it's quoted in a movie. One of my favorite movies, a very excellent movie from the 90s.
I don't remember that being in Starship Troopers.
No, not Starship Troopers. Equally as good of a movie, though. Actually, arguably, my opinion, better than Starship Troopers.
Boondock Stinks.
No.
The only 90s movie that even comes close to Starship Troopers is Fifth
Face
Element.
Off. If you don't say Face Off, then you're wrong.
I
No,
said
it's not from Face Off, although that is in my top 3 movies of all time. It's Face Off. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Y'all can all suck it. That movie's awesome. No,
Yeah.
but next to that, where I got that quote from, is the movie Hackers.
The Angelites.
Yes. Back before she got all skinny, when she was still
Before she
thicker,
had
had some heaving breasts.
Yep.
Ah, the good old days. I love that movie. I'm a huge Hackers fan.
Packers fan. The Bears.
The Bears. The Bears, 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 the Bears. The Bears.
I was so disappointed in STC and all stickers and stuff, promotion. Thought we were going to get the refrigerator Perry reveal, and nothing.
Hey, Jared. So some time ago, I was trying to take apart this Omni-Man figure that I made out of Vulcan body, and the both of the legs snapped off.
Oh,
Is like pegs are still inside the legs.
I think Vulcan mold has a notoriously bad for that now. It's kind of like the new armored body, like Black Knight and stuff. I've seen a lot of people have issues where the pegs break on that figure, on the ankles.
So my only real hope is to change the legs out, right? I'm gonna have to buy some more Vulcan legs.
You can put screws in and drill your feet. Are the pegs still in the feet?
Yeah, pegs are still in the feet, the exception of little nubs on the.
Yeah. You could actually grind them smooth, and basically put a screw on the ankle, on the shin, and use those.
Oh. I happen to have a thing of little teeny tiny screws here.
Well, actually, one big, kind of one with a big head. Your head will actually be the mushroom at the attachment point.
Hey. All right, this is a toy chat. No talking about mushroom heads.
You want a big fat mushroom head?
Yeah.
That will take the place of your ball, like your mushroom peg on the figure.
Talking about fucking mushroom heads and balls. Come on, guys. It's supposed to be kid friendly.
Yeah.
This is a Christian Minecraft server. Yeah, well, see, I've got these, which are little hex head.
Mm-hmm.
So they do have a head on them.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. I got to do some dremeling, folks. I got to dremel some head peg holes.
You got to dream of some pegos.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna dream of some peg holes.
Some dick hinges. I'm going to drill some dick hinges.
I forgot about that. Oh, you did a review and work at it. It's got a dick hinge.
We got a dick hinge on it. Got to have a good dick hinge. If you don't have a good dick hinge, what are you doing with your life?
The world may never know.
Do. How many licks does it take to get him to come? Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong chat.
That's for the after midnight chat.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, I mean, technically, we are closer to midnight than usual. Just the wrong direction.
This is true. This is true.
It's midnight somewhere.
It's
Actually, I
it's
don't know.
about 10 minutes from midnight somewhere.
in Ethiopia, they're a few years behind us. No, I'm actually being serious. Their calendar is off by years.
I'm super serial guide.
Do. So what's everybody's plan for today? Anybody doing anything? Or is this what you're doing?
This is what I'm doing for now. I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far.
It is the year 2018 in Ethiopia.
Nice. You know, in a lot of ways, I wouldn't mind going back to 2018.
Yeah.
Simpler times before COVID. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Bum, 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 bum,
Bow,
bum.
bow, bow. Do-do-do-do-do.
Do, 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 do.
Do-do-do. And we're the only two people that know what the fuck we're singing.
You can say that again.
It's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? What is that?
I just learned to accept it a long time ago.
It's old people stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's probably written on a stone tablet somewhere what y'all are doing.
Yep.
They don't even feel that old to us. Oh, old man Butler don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, he does.
Well, that's because he's an old man with butt wrinkles.
Yeah, he is. Like the rest of us. Except
Hey,
for-
man, my ass is tight. I don't have a wrinkly ass yet. Yet. It's coming, but we're not there yet.
that's what she said.
Thank you, Butt Wrinkles, for getting our old man reference.
Oh, here we go. Trying to think of it. How does it go? Do 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 do
Do, 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 do.
do. I know. Cisco be lost on that one.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't know what that is. But again, willing to bet Butt Wrinkles knows what we're doing.
Do 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 do
Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
I was say that just sounds like McDonald's. I'm Lebanon.
Do, 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 do.
One man. Oh, did you hear they're talking about like a revival series?
I have. I've heard that they're debating possibly a movie, possibly a series, and that it would actually bring back Hasselhoff as like in a mentor position.
Which I would love that.
I that's what I want to see. I don't want to see reboots. I want to see continuations of
Yep.
good shit.
It's like
Like,
we were talking.
you know what you reboot? You reboot shit that wasn't very good. If
Yes.
it was good, continue it. Don't reboot it.
It's like we were talking about, like last year sometime when we were after watching The Man from Earth, which had the actor in there, but like a Greatest American Hero.
Yes.
Continue it where his like grandchild or something like finds the suit in the attic
Yeah.
or something.
Exactly.
Whereas I would ignore the series where they had someone else wear the suit. I don't remember. I didn't know that happened. Somebody was saying that happened.
Yeah, it was a chick got the suit.
I would ignore that and just have it like be his granddaughter. And
I don't think I ever watched that.
I didn't even know it
And I
existed.
don't think it was like very, very short lived. It was not received well. But yeah, it did happen.
Not received well. Why? Is it sexism?
It's
Was it
totally
sexism?
sexism. It was just straight sexism.
They needed to cut the hole in the window like Power Girl.
I sure
Then
hope
people,
so.
then people would receive it a lot better.
Okay.
Do.
Another one rides the bus.
Boom,
Sorry.
boom, boom. Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9, 10, 11, 12.
The electric company.
867-5309.
A lady I work for she's around our age. She's a little older than us, and she gets those references too. She tries to do them, and nobody ever gets them. It's like she's even tried working in articles for work or like press things, and she did like 867-5309. Nobody got it.
Nobody.
Like, whose phone number is that? What? I don't. What?
Man, when I was in college, I tried to slash someone's tires. I printed out a picture of Slash, the guitarist,
Mm-hmm.
and put it on his car on all 4 tires. He had no idea who Slash was.
Man, fuck that
And
dude.
I think you should have actually slashed his tires then.
Yeah.
I should have done it in front of his face at that point. Yeah, I can't say I was surprised. This guy was kind of a piece of shit, but
I don't know. I'm not big on the music, and I know Slash. Oh, fuck. I forgot to paint that. Main reason I opened the paint up, and I forgot to paint that.
All right. I think I'm done with paint, guys. I think I'm done. Guys. Hey, guys.
Yeah. How dare you assume?
it is, ma'am.
How dare you? You have destroyed my childhood dreams.
That's you see where she and her friends like set their boat on fire.
Oh, God.
They shut a flare off and set their and it straight up, and it come down and set the boat on fire. And idiots are trying to spin it. It's like it was attacked by a drone. It's like no, they shot a flare straight up in the air and it come down.
Ooh, random drone attack. All right, I'm going to mute myself for a second so I can do a little dremeling.
Yeah, you are.
Is that what they call it? A little self-dremeling?
Love how this head turned out. This is from that program that takes an image and turns into a 3D model.
Yeah.
I used the cover art of Prime #1, and I took it into LTX AI art tool. Asked it to turn it into a 3D art. Then I took it to that tool that makes the models, and it used that as the reference and did pretty well.
Very nice.
I used the same LTX to take that same original picture and was like, make this one gritted teeth, make this one have a like a neutral expression, make this one have yelling expression. And it kept all the artwork looking the same. It's like the same character. I'll be right back. My little handicapped dog is barking for me. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. I think I have finished my dremeling.
Mm-hmm. See, I just drill on screen so everyone can listen to it.
That's polite.
Well, that's what I thought.
Look at that. I love that head sculpt.
Ooh.
Fucking the shit won't focus, but whatever. Anyway.
Are you and Jared sharing cameras? You seem to be having camera issues at the same time.
I think it's because my lighting, I haven't like really set up this camera yet that much. Like, this is just a backup camera. It's also not as good as my other camera. And I haven't figured out the lighting situation to make stuff because it keeps focusing on the stuff in the background instead of on whatever I'm holding up to the damn camera. So I don't know.
Phenomenon.
Do, 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 do.
Phenomenon.
Do, 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 do.
Phenomenon.
Do, 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 do.
Phenomenon.
Do, 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 do.
Okay, we got it stuck in everybody's head now.
Mission accomplished.
I didn't even check. 'Cause, like, I was sticking, I use like old pill bottles for like cleaning my brushes and stuff. Like, I got it set up on where my paint stand was. Like, I was putting my dirty brushes in there. It's like, I just picked it up. It's like all the water had evaporated out of it. It's like, well, those are not getting clean. Do, 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 do. Of course, it's stuck in our heads now.
Your plan has backfired.
Jared, I found my new favorite thing to stick heads onto bodies.
Pike.
The neck peg?
What do you got? What you got? JB Will?
I just fill in the hole with hot glue.
Oh, yeah.
And it works beautifully every time. And you just drill the hole slightly smaller. And because the hot glue is flexible, it just pegs in there nice and tight.
Mm-hmm.
And if you fuck up, you just pull the hot glue out and do it again. Love it. I don't know why it took me so long to figure that shit out.
Yeah, a lot of people use the hot glue method. And I'm not crazy about it because I don't like using hot glue. It's not me. It works fine. It's just me.
It's not you. It's me.
It's not me. It's definitely you.
Oh, it's definitely me. I don't. It's one of the things. It's like sewing. My brain will not do it. Oh, Don's sitting there trying to explain that stuff to me. He's like, basically, my brain's going, but now I'm out.
Lizard.
The shadowy flight of a man who doesn't exist. Of course, that's most meetings at work too. Mana. They still haven't learned at work. If you give me something, notes that you want me to put this on the website, don't put stuff that's temporary on that list. I'll put it on the website so I don't see it. When I see a large block of text, unless I take the time when they're like, especially they tell me it's in a hurry to get this stuff posted.
Yeah,
everything on that page is gonna get posted. It's like staring at like spice rack at the grocery store. Like, where's it at? I don't see it. I'll skim through it and I'll not hit every sentence and just, okay, that looks good. I gotta be like hyper focused to like read something.
So on the thing that I got, these pieces right here are listed as going on his arms. Now this thing is made for an atom body. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which is the same size as
Which is the
Hercules.
same size. These fit around his thighs, dude. How is that supposed to be on his arm? I'm putting them on his thighs. I'm not putting these on his arms because they actually look pretty cool on his thighs.
They look like a holster to me.
Yeah. I don't know what they're supposed to be honest with you, but they don't work on his arms. Again,
Well, I got an Atom right here.
yeah, check the Atom against a Hyperion body or Hercules because it's the same arms or whatever.
Yeah.
And tell me that on the Atom body, the arms are the same size as the Hercules or Hyperion's thighs. Because I'm going to call bullshit.
Move this out of the way. Here you go. Side by side.
Yeah, no. There's no way these would fit on his arms. Yeah, that ain't.
They're literally the same size. Atom
Yeah.
is probably just a touch taller. The arms are similar size, close to being the same size.
So yeah, these are going to be thigh bands, not bicep.
There's no way if that fits his thighs. There's no way. Hell, he's actually got bigger thigh. Adam's got bigger thighs than Hercules.
Yeah, no. Maybe he just 3D printed them the wrong size or some shit. I don't know, but there's no way that's fitting on his arms. All right, I got to turn something on real quick. Let me mute myself.
Ah, the silence.
Yes, they go on his thighs.
Sith, what do you think?
I try not to do that. I don't get paid for that, but yes, they definitely go on his thighs.
What now? Lighten it up a little bit.
Okay, unmute. There we go.
You're muted.
Lizard.
Lizard.
No, I've managed to work on 2 sets of feet for this podcast or this stream. And that's it. I'll be right back.
I will say, one thing I do like about I say this as if like, oh, it's the only thing I like. No, I will say I like resin a lot because unlike like with my printer, if I need to adjust something, like I can heat it up and tweak it a little bit, but not too much because the fibers will just start to break.
Yeah.
But with resin, I can heat it up and I can get a lot more movement out of it than I would be able to with a standard 3D printer. The resin stuff I can sit here and heat up with a blow dryer and kind of tweak it a little bit.
Well,
Not much.
It depends on what kind of resin was used too. The standard like gray resin, like I use for this and this,
Yeah,
there is no give. And it's brittle. You try to force it, heat it, move it, it'll break on you.
well, like this piece right here, right? Like the way he made it, I had to do something because I can't pull the arms off this Hyperion body, and I had to get the torso in this piece. So I had to stretch it just a little bit open because it's not connected here at the bottom. There's a the sculpt doesn't go all the way around, right? So I had to heat it up and like open it just a little bit to get it down over the top past the shoulders, and it worked fine. I was able to heat it up and stretch it a little bit, just enough to get it on, and it worked. So I don't know what kind of resin this dude's using, but it let me tweak it enough to get it on the body, which is all I needed. But if I had tried to do that with a standard, with like something I printed off on my printer, that would not have worked.
I just saw like weirdos are trying to get that DC writer that celebrate Charlie getting killed rehired.
Yeah, fucking retardeds.
Other writers should be outraged over this, especially free speech. That's not your own definitions. That's not free speech. It's free speech, but being a fucking monster. Working on this Titania too for Alpha Proto. It's in their chats all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He sent me this. He tried to repaint it and didn't have good success. So I'm fixing it up for him. Stripped off what he did and redoing stuff. That's why I'm custom mixed paints for flesh tones.
Mm-hmm.
You get these bottles. Good idea. Like I marked this Titania because her skin tones are like more orangey. So got a bottle for that. For firearm, which is the Monster Force skin tone, which is that. Like this is the Hercules skin tone for Marvel Legends. And I got Power Princess skin tone. And mix them up. I just keep them separate and label them so I know what they match. Do 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 do. Oh, mine's muted. That's why we don't hear anything. As he heats up the part, it is softening up the resin where it can actually fit it onto the figure. If we watch carefully, we'll see it's like the actually like heat coming off the blow dryer. Oh, careful! It's almost. Matt, is it hot enough yet? Has he actually got the part hot enough to fit onto the figure? We don't know yet. He is still heating up now. Sifty, would you like to join the commentary of Matt heating up part to fit on the figure? As he carefully fits it onto the figure as a custom part. This is all taking place off screen, so we can't see what's going on.
Okay, so that one just broke on me.
Sir, ladies and gentlemen, that part actually broke on him when he was trying to heat it up there.
That one broke on me. That was my fault. I fucked that one up. I mean, I can glue it back together, but that was all on me.
I was giving you commentary while you was doing it.
Yeah, I done fucked up.
Ladies and gentlemen, he has apparently fucked up that part. He will attempt to glue it back together, which should be all right. It'll actually part of be the strongest point on the resin. Yeah. What am I doing? Ooh. Let's do that. I'll be right back. Oh.
All right. Let that dry, I guess. Fuck me.
No, thank you.
Yeah, you're right.
Ooh. That could be cool. All right, be right back. Tiger Force Duke Buddy. I got several legless stalker bodies because I use them to upgrade the legs on other figures. It's wider, but it needs more what? What color do I need to add to this? Try to make it match.
Match.
Yeah.
Are we playing with matches?
Yes.
I like fire.
Matches. Matches. We don't need no stinking matches.
That's one. That's the thing. I don't try to be. I'm not trying to like not tell people when people ask me like what paints did I use when I custom mix paints. It's like add a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and keep adding to it till it matches. I don't know. I just got a bunch of assortment of different colors here. It's like I think I'll add some. Well, like I said, I'll put some white in there, and now I'll just put some warm flesh. match the skin tone on the Atom body.
Adam. Adam.
All right.
You said they made a sequel to the Man from Earth.
Yeah.
Did the same guy play
Yep.
play
same
John?
dude. Yep.
I didn't find that. You said it was good, but I still like to watch it. I enjoyed that first one. The twist at the end with the psychologist actually being his son was that I didn't see that coming.
All right. So not quite done because I got to wait now for the belt to fix itself, which is bullshit. And also completely my fault for breaking it. But, and I think I'm probably going to take some of these pieces and actually glue them onto the body where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Because they move around just a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like these thigh pieces,
Yeah.
I'm going to glue those on. And then, like I said, his belt, when I get that dried. But
That looks wicked.
like this moves around a little bit. So I might do a couple of dots of glue on the back piece just to glue it to the back. The arm pieces and legs and feet fit great. But yeah, these pieces kind of move around and the chest piece moves around. We'll see about the belt when I get the belt on. So, but I like it, man.
Oh yeah.
That looks cool.
Since you don't have a waist twist, you could just
Yeah.
You could really you could instead of gluing the belt separately, you could actually just glue it in place on the.
Oh yeah.
So like that too. What makes it where that Hyperion, when you take the waist cover off, it's thinner. Works great putting all the extra armor bits on. Then you don't bulk it out too much. Like, some guy posted like a custom Batman the other day, last week. Paintwork sculpt was beautiful, but it looked like a kid from the Christmas Story. He had too much winter gear on, couldn't move. Well, that's not a knife. No, that's a knife. Why don't you do a leg swap on Tiger Force or Kondo? I actually like it better than the regular Kondo. Fine. I guess I'm the only one that likes it.
Tell me about it.
Stud.
Well, there's this dude named Recondo. It's actually getting closer. That skin tone.
Do it, lady.
It's so quiet.
It's so quiet.
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
Oh, crap.
Crap.
Oh. Gatorade, it's got electrolytes.
That's what plants crave.
Plants crave.
If that's not your response, we can't be friends. When anybody says electrolytes.
You want us to use the stuff from the toilet on the plants?
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Do it, lady.
Yeah. It would have been funny if Chip was the actual founder of the company.
That would have been funny, and I kind of thought that's what they were getting at, but also,
Been kind of cliche too, though.
yeah, that would have been predictable. Although, I think what's going to happen is I think the founder's going to take a look at the budget and realize how good the company's doing.
Yeah, crunching the numbers. Boom, 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 boom. I dared myself.
There is a whole lot of job openings happening recently.
Or here, him and the founder will bond over their love of the Masked Singer.
Yes. That's why he views them as family, because he watches Masked Singer.
Do 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 do. Yeah, finish painting up. I think that head will look good on this body. Just do the Hyperion head on this. Just be like a big mercenary. Or
Mercenary.
yeah. He's like, he tells people to do it, lady. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Where did I put Adam at?
In the garden.
Mm-hmm. And it's still, it dries almost like a grayish tone. I think I need to add some yellow to it.
All right. So I got those leg pieces glued on. That's where they weren't going to move around. I like this thing, man. This thing's cool.
It is pretty cool.
I don't know if it was worth the $35 I paid for this kit, but still cool.
Yeah.
Try the other head.
That's what she said.
What are you doing to her head?
I do like the Frank Castle head. I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I might actually use that for something else because I think I'm going to keep the armored head on there. But this is a good custom head. Oh, shit! I forgot this thing comes with a fucking face visor. Don't know what I think of this, but we'll see. I mean, that's interesting looking.
Hmm.
Kind of like
Yeah.
the skull face better.
Very much so.
Yeah, because this just pops off.
The face visor looks very Mass Effect.
Yeah, it does.
It would probably look better if it was clear. It should be clear.
Yeah. Let's see how our belt's doing. I'll give it some more time. And he does have this jetpack piece that fits on the back. I don't know if I like it better with or without that. I don't know.
Kind of sits a little high.
Yeah, it does. Plus the jetpacks, I mean, it's cool looking, I guess. But I kind of like just the back of this thing.
Yeah. Covers up all that cool detail.
Yeah.
For the back, like I said, backpack's cool, but I don't think it's as cool as the back detail. Plus, I think it sits high too. Visually, it makes it look top heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Too much going on. You want to look at the figure, not the backpack. Man, I wish those Hercules legs were the soft hips where you can pop them
Oh,
off.
I know, dude.
It'd make things so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I think I may have gotten it.
Liar.
It looks pretty close now.
The devil is a liar.
Well, isn't that he is called the Lord of Lies.
Lies.
Now that I've glued it, I wonder if I can even get this fucking belt on him without breaking it again.
Will we hear cussing here in a moment, Phil? Audience?
One can only.
Nope, I cannot. It just breaks again.
It's going to do exactly what we were talking about before. Just glue it back together onto the figure.
Yeah.
You can glue the rest of the belt onto the figure in place, then glue the broken piece. Oh, as we're talking with Dom, week before last, we were talking about the Draconis Nihilus' ship where it's got the skull on the front.
Yeah.
I got thinking, it's like, it'd be kind of cool if the skull is actually like kind of like a celestial or something like he killed.
Oh, yeah. Ugh. Fucking A.
The fucking islands. What fucking islands you talking about? Fucking islands everywhere. Yeah. Mephisto.
Time to do more Dremelin.
Dremelin. The Bella Caio on the bullets was an Italian anti-fascist anthem of World War II. Oh, wrong chat. Sorry. I forgot we were even online. Sorry.
I thought you were reading someone's comment. I was like, wait.
Well, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were right all along.
Were we?
Yep. But I sent it to the messenger.
Mm. Makes sense.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, Matt, I sent in the messenger what we were suspecting is true all along.
Let's see. Yep.
Hmm.
This town needs an enema.
Indeed.
Yeah. If you wanted to change of profession, there's a whole bunch of job openings coming up soon.
Yep.
It's close to 500 last I saw.
Of course, they're mostly Starbucks barista jobs, but you know.
Oh, they're teaching, anesthesiologist, Secret Service, military.
Hey, don't you know that being a barista is one of, if not the hardest job a person can ever do? Sometimes you have to make coffee even when you don't feel like it.
That's what's funny is they were actually being serious. These idiots were saying that stuff. Like, no, quite a bit more. Miners, oil well riggers, numerous other like deep sea underwater welders. But serving coffee is very hard, according to them.
They're the true heroes.
No, fuck them. We don't need them. Be a man.
We don't need
Okay.
another coffee.
Be a man. Make your own fucking coffee in the morning. Black. None of that pussy shit people put in there.
We don't
Creamer? Gay. Sugar? Gay. Splenda? Really gay.
Coffee in general, very, very extremely highly gay.
Drink 'em, Ben, Med Bull, and take some meth. Shut the fuck up.
Just do heroin like a real man.
Like a real man, motherfucker. None of this pussyfooting around.
Yeah, sorry for the yawning. I took 2 muscle relaxers working downstairs. So my paintwork might be horrible. I don't know. It looks fine to me right now.
And that's all that matters.
And, so I remember when I was working on the story, because of basically all I could do when I did my hand surgery.
Yeah.
I went back. I was on painkillers for like a week or two. I went back and reread what I did with it. It's like, man, I fucked a lot of shit up. It's like, what did I do? This is awful. What did I fucking do? Of course, I had to go back and rewrite a ton of it because I ruined a lot of it. But the rewrite ended up even better though. So anybody that says painkillers is a good inspiration for writing, maybe what you're gonna write's gonna be fucking garbage. Incoherent shit. But will actually make sense at the time. Well, that sounds good. Let's do it. What was I high when I wrote this? Oh yeah, I was.
Very high.
And I didn't even know it. That's the thing. I didn't even know. I thought I felt fine. That's how messed up that stuff is. It's like I felt absolutely fine. But I got evidence I was not fine. Or I had evidence or whatever. But
You saying you erased the evidence? That's tampering.
yeah. But that kind of shows like how impaired someone can be and not know it. That showed it to me.
Excuse me. So rude.
You were dropped on the head as a child.
Well, I was, but up until now, everyone had the good graces not to mention it.
Well, he said excuse him. So many excuses.
Damn, Jackie, I can't control the weather.
Ooh, I about screwed up there. I was about to mix the wrong paint. I was getting ready to add my Adam Bob paint I just mixed up. Not Adam Bob, Adam Strong.
Adam Bob. That's Adam Strong's cousin from Alabama.
Actually, it's the Ultraverse character, Adam Bob. Custom.
I thought you said Adam Bob.
I did. Adam Bob. His name was Bob, and he could control stuff at the molecular level. So they call him Adam Bob.
Adam Bob. Jim Bob's nuclear cousin.
Jimmy cracked corn, and I don't care.
Fuck Jimmy and his crack.
Bob.
Jimmy.
Adam Bob cracked nuclear atoms, and I don't care.
I don't care. I really don't.
Adam Bob probably just wanted to play some Nintendo games.
Adam can suck it.
He did turn into a villain, but it didn't resolve it because Marvel canceled everything. more white to the paint. Just going to get the matching closer.
Mm-hmm.
Dude. Had to do my video like on how to mix like paint to match titanium.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only 7 minutes long. I clipped it out like a 2 or 3 hour live stream, so people wouldn't have to watch the whole stream. But 7 minutes, and I go through the entire process of what paints I'm using and what I mix to match titanium's paint. He comments on the video, "What paint did you use to paint?"
Oh, Jesus Christ!
It's like,
You know what? I used anal beads to paint. So shut the fuck up.
it's a fucking 7 minute video, and I go through it. Watch it.
How about you get a fucking clue?
How about I rip your arms off and beat you with your own fists?
That'd be awesome.
Dumb retard.
That is an offense to retards everywhere.
I clipped it out because a lot of the people watching it, we were talking about, it's like, this would be good for like a little clip for people who don't know what they need to do, because they're going to do the same thing, because everybody's wanting to strip the purple paint off the torso and paint the ab section. So I did the tutorial. And they won't watch the tutorial, want me to answer instead of watching the tutorial.
You should have made it a shorter tutorial. You should have been a shorts.
You should have just made a video saying, "Hey, ask me how I did this." That's the whole video.
If you want to know how I painted it, drop it in the comments below.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is about time to shut this down. We are coming back here in about 5 hours to do another Weekend Geek Chat. But I'm going to shut this down. I got some stuff I got to do. Got some family things I'm going to be doing for the next few hours. So for the 3 people that actually watched, thanks. But, you know.
It would have been 4, but I came on hanging out with you.
Yeah. Well, I got part of the belt on there. I got the front piece, which already looks good. Just got to do the sides. So, I like it. I dig it. All right, guys. We'll see y'all later. Y'all have fun. Deuces, yo,
Y'all.
Pee, and all that shit. Whatever. Bye.